Hey, welcome to the podcast. My name is Jocelyn Hillam, and this is the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I have had desires for a while to get back into my motherhood episodes. I used to do a motherhood episode and a pregnancy episode a week, and when I had my fifth baby, I took a break from the motherhood episode and it only focused on pregnancy episodes. But I am ready to jump back into motherhood episodes. At least most of the time. I always want to do it, but sometimes I run out of time. Nonetheless, I'm going to keep trying to do these motherhood episodes because it has been on my mind and in my heart to help encourage you in some areas that I have struggled, but felt I've made some progress. So the area that I want to first talk about is going to be losing weight and or healthy eating. So we are going to talk a little bit about some of my goals with that for this new year and encourage you in trying to also have success in healthy eating and weight loss. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life, and I can help you. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I wanted to tell you some of my goals. I'm not going to get into a lot of mindset things today, but know that a lot of weight loss is mindset shifting, and it's not easy. It takes some intentionality, but it's doable, and you will get better at it over time, just like I have. Today, I want to share you some of my goals with weight loss and healthy eating this year to encourage you, to have you start thinking about maybe some desires that you have in that area to make progress and to get better at this thing that can be so utterly difficult. December just happened, and during December there tends to be a lot of sweet treats. There tends to be neighbor gifts that are sweet treats, goodie plates that are sweet treats, parties that have sweet treats, stocking stuffers that have sweet treats. More or less, there are sweet treats everywhere. And I will admit, during December, I hate this saying, but I'm going to say it, I kind of fell off the wagon. And now it's time to get back on the wagon. So I don't like that saying. I prefer to think of it as a highway. During December, I kind of took some pit stops on the highway and ate way more sweets than I like, that feels good. And come January, I have strong desires to get back on the wagon, to get back on the less sweet treat wagon, the less sweet treat highway. So one of my goals for this year is to only have a sweet treat once a week. I have wanted to do the all or nothing thing where I just don't have sweet treats ever. But I have realized over the years that for my, I guess you could call it personality or my desires, I don't know. I need to moderate in this area instead of eliminating. All or nothing mentality really is another thing I will have to talk about when it comes to eating healthy and weight loss, because there's just so much power in figuring out what all or nothing does to your brain when it comes to eating healthy. Anyway, I'm making a note to talk about that in the future. Nonetheless, I realized that if I feel like I can't have anything when it comes to sweet treats, I want more. So I want you to encourage yourself to figure out a threshold that you desire to reach when it comes to sweet treats. Is that one sweet treat a day? Is that one a week? Is that one a month? Is that doing a sweet treat fast and then recalculating after that? You know what you need to do or what stands out to you and what you can try when it comes to eating sweets. So that is my goal. I have specifically written down that I only want to do it once a week. In my mind, it's that once a week will likely happen on Sunday. And there's like 6 holidays that I have told myself I can have a free sweet treat, or free day, I guess, if you want to call it. And I have pre-written those down. In the past, I have just mentally done this and it hasn't been very successful. So I'm hoping that if I write them down, I will be able to get better at it. I also have more understood and done the research on sugar and its effects and how addictive it is and how it numbs your brain, can give you brain fog. That's another episode I'll have to do, is the negative effects of sugar on our body. It essentially is kind of like a poison if you have too much of it. And so doing the research on sugar and how bad it is for you, it really is propelling me forward to make some pretty good changes, because even though I love the taste of sugar, I love the taste of home-baked goods. Oh, I love them. I definitely have a sweet tooth. As I do more research, it's convincing me more and more the need to take more sugar out of our home. And especially, not just for me, but also to help my kids to do less. Now, I'm not going to go crazy strict, and if there's like a sweet treat at my kids' activity, I'm not going to say, no, you can't have that. I'm going to try to let them choose for themselves and discern. But in my own home and for our own meals, we will be doing a whole lot less sugar. Okay, and the next one I wanted to talk about was transitioning my kitchen to whole wheat, or mostly whole wheat. I listened to a podcast thing by Sue Becker called The Bread of Idleness, and holy cow, that was mind expanding. There is so much I did not know about the benefits of wheat, but it's not just wheat, it is freshly milled wheat. And I will link that in the show notes, and if you have a minute, I would highly encourage you to listen to that episode, because wow, it just taught me so much about the benefits of freshly milled wheat that I didn't know about. I did buy myself a wheat grinder, and I want to transition our kitchen into a mostly whole wheat kitchen, freshly milled whole wheat, because of the health benefits that freshly milled whole wheat can bring. Now, cooking with whole wheat has been a little hard so far. I have mastered the art of sourdough, and I do have a sourdough Instagram page that I will link in the show notes if you want to look at some of my sourdough stuff I've done. But I have had a harder time figuring out wheat and not have it be so dense. So that is one of my goals for this year, is to get better at cooking with wheat, using it for like pancakes, muffins, my breads, eventually pasta. But just incorporating more whole wheat in my kitchen and less processed foods is my other big goal when it comes to healthy eating and losing weight. I won't go deep into it right now because I don't want these podcast episodes to be too long. I prefer shorter episodes because that's what I have time for as a busy mom of 5. But I had my baby in April of last year, and I was able to lose all of the baby weight and get back down to my pre-pregnancy and goal weight within 8 months. That was about 30 pounds, not including like the baby. So when you have a baby, you lose weight, right? You lose 10 pounds of baby or 8 pounds, however big your baby is, and some water weight and whatnot. But when I weighed myself after having the baby, I have lost about 30 pounds in 8 months. Now, you might be thinking that I have a good metabolism, or that the weight just falls off of me, or that I am young and it just happens, or that nursing helped me, but it's none of those things. I have to work incredibly hard to lose weight. I will tell you all the things I have to do, and then as we go on through these episodes that will come out on Tuesdays, I will tell you and teach you the ways that I have been able to do all of these things. It's going to sound like so much. And there was a time for me when it just sounded impossible. And I'm not going to tell you this to overwhelm you, but I'm just telling you this to think of what is possible and to start getting the wheels turning in your mind, to doing your own small and simple things, to getting started on this journey. So I basically have to do no processed foods, very limited sugar. I have to drink a half a gallon of water. I have to stop eating after 7, and I have to eat less. And there may be more, but those are the main ones that come to mind as I'm talking right now of things I had to do to lose weight. Don't let yourself think, oh my gosh, I cannot do those things. I will never get there. That is not what I want. I want you to start with something simple, even if it is just drinking more water. Because if I can do this thing that felt and has felt so impossible for years of losing weight, you can do it too. We'll do it together this year through these Tuesday episodes of healthy eating and weight loss. You are amazing, Mama. You need to give yourself more credit and not think of all the things that you're doing wrong with healthy eating, and choose to think more about the things you do right to healthy eat. Anyway, that's my little inspiration for this week. We will chat again next week about more mindset tools and tips to help you in your weight loss journey. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts for a better you in a positive pregnancy, in losing that stubborn baby weight, and becoming the mom you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. I can help you find the small, doable steps without drastic changes to your everyday mom life. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.